All right, so today we're in topic 7, block 7, still working with rational numbers. And our goal and objectives today are going to be to add, subtract, multiply, and divide rational numbers, apply properties of operations to operations with rational numbers, use rational numbers to solve multi-step real-world problems, compute unit rates associated with ratios of fractions, and to describe the situations where opposite quantities combine to make zero. So to get today started, we're going to start with some opening questions. So I want you to think of a time when you went to the grocery store, and I want you to think about how items were being sold. So I'm looking for some examples of items that are sold by weight, volume, and by piece. So what's normally sold by weight when you're at the grocery store, like at Walmart or Brookshire's?
Fruits and vegetables.
Yeah, fruits and vegetables. All right. What's something that's sold in volume?
Don't know.
Not real sure. So think about items that are liquids.
Milk.
Yeah, milk would work. What else is kind of sold in a liquid, which is referring to volume?
Water.
Yeah, water. It's a good thing you're here, Isamian. Everybody else is lost. Nobody gets drinks from the store? What's something that people use to cook with?
Cooking oil.
Cooking oil. Good. Thank you, Isamian. My goodness, this guy is ready. So why do you think some things are sold by weight and some are sold by volume? Why do you think those are sold differently?
Because one is solid and one is liquid.
Possibly. All right. What's another reason?
Most likely fruits don't have volume.
Well, okay. So, like, if you're thinking in terms of volume, does anybody know what the definition is for that? So it's the amount of space that a substance or object occupies that's enclosed in a container. Okay. What about, like the weight? Like, a gallon of milk probably weighs about how much? What do y'all think? How much, Chandler?
Pound.
All right, so Chandler said maybe it weighs like a pound.
Oh, 8 pounds.
Yeah. I know when I pick up milk, it somewhat kind of has some weight to it. So I would say somewhere around maybe 4 or 5 pounds. I don't really know though, to be honest. Um,
4 pounds is kind of light.
yeah, but I mean it's enough you can tell you got something in your hand, right?
True.
So looking at this, what do you think what unit are potato chips usually sold in? Are they sold by weight or volume or like by a piece?
Ounces.
They could be sold in ounces. You're right. I had never even thought about that.
Like on the bottom of the bag, it's like, it puts like however many ounces.
That's right. That is right. I always thought that maybe they sold them by, like on the bag it says approximately 50 chips, and then the bigger bag will say approximately 125 chips or something. I don't know if they go by that or by ounces. That's a good, I like how y'all came up with that. We came up with some good stuff. So while your mind's working, we're going to go ahead and explore page 1 of applying rational number operations. So if you would, Miss Samantha, would you read this, please, ma'am? Samantha, can you read this? I'm going to my next S. Sarah, will you read this, please, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Remember the trail mix that Gina made? It was a big hit on the hiking trip. The hiking club had decided to to make and sell the trail and mix and cover expenses. Gina investigates the cost of the ingredients at a local bulk food store. The store sells dry ingredients in pint-sized containers.
Good job. All right, so looking at this, it shows that we have our trail mix, and it says trail mix is a healthy food snack. All right, it got its name from hikers and backpackers who ate it on their journeys. So you notice the amount that's in each one. All right, and we know that the ingredients, when they are combined, serve 6 people. So it says the store sells the dry ingredients in pint-sized containers. So we got the sunflower seeds are 55 cents, 75 cents for peanuts, 85 cents for raisins, $1.25 for granola, $1.75 for fruit, and $2 for chocolate candies. And each one of these are all sold in pints. All right. So looking at this, um, pints are normally used as a liquid measure, but deli items and bulk items are often sold in pints or half pints as well. So we've already talked about liquid versus dry measurements. So when we're thinking about this, the store here is selling these dry ingredients in pint-sized containers. So they're just putting as much of the peanuts or sunflower seeds or raisins, granola inside that pint can that will actually fit. Okay. So I want you to think about that because, if you are filling up something with water, it's going to completely fill it up, right? But like peanuts, they might not stack just right. So just keep that in mind. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to figure out a method of finding out the cost for one serving. Okay? So let's take a look at page 2. Emma, will you read this for us, please?
Gina, uh, Gina plans to find the cost of one serving of trail mix so the hiking club members can decide how much to charge per packet. She decides to start by finding the cost of one serving of raisins. Earlier, she found that one serving of raisins is 1/12 cup. All the ingredients are sold by pint. Gina remembers that one pint equals 2 cups. Find the cost of one serving of raisins that she builds a table, rounding amounts to the next cent.
All right, so we know that raisins cost 85 cents per pint, and she said that one pint equals how many cups?
2.
Okay. So look at what she's done. She knows that 2 cups cost how much? Yeah, 2 cups cost 85 cents. So how do you find out what's in 1 cup?
Divide it.
That's right. You divide it by what? Oh, well, we could multiply it by half, or we could divide by 2, right? So if we do that, what did they get? How many cents would 1 cup cost?
43 cents.
Correct. And then how did they figure out what 1/12 would cost? I'm listening. Y'all hear me? I'm listening. What y'all got?
They divided 85 cents by 12.
Or in this case, they did 43 cents times 1/12, right?
Yes.
All right, so let's take a look at this. So we're going to apply our understanding of unit rates to write a number sentence that we can use to determine the amount of peanuts and sunflower seeds that are needed for 1 serving. So I want to give you some time to develop your own number sentences, and then we're going to share them as a class together, okay? So you can write a multiplication problem. You can write a division number sentence to represent this scenario. Just remember that dividing by a fraction is equivalent to multiplying by the reciprocal of that fraction, okay? And this is going to be questions 2 and 3 in our workbook. While y'all are thinking about this, I want you to remember that a while ago, I was just working on the calculator beside what y'all were doing. But basically, what I was trying to show is that if you do 85 cents times 1/12 or 85 cents divided by 12, well, you're taking 2 cups and trying to split into a 12th. But we know that 1 cup needs to be split into a 12th because it said that we're using 1/12 of a cup of raisins. So that's why they had to do 43 cents divided by 12 or 43 cents times 1/12 to get 4 cents per 1/12 cup of raisins. So remember that while you're working on this. As you come up with something, let me know and we'll try to see how it would work. I want to hear what somebody can come up with. Nobody has anything? Come on, somebody's got to have something. The recipe calls for 3/4 cup of peanuts for 6 servings. What number sentence can Gina use to find the amount of peanuts needed for 1 serving? 3/4 cups are used for 6 servings. So how can we find out how much is used for 1 serving?
3/4 divided by 6.
All right, I like it. Anybody got another one similar to that? Could we say 3/4 times 1/6?
Yes.
All right, let's check what they had. This is exactly what Isamian said. He said 3/4 divided by 6. And if we do that, what do we get?
1/6. 1/8.
1/8, yes. 1/8 of a cup of peanuts is required for 1 serving of the trail mix. Good job, Isamian. All right, looking at that next one, Tashandrick, the recipe calls for 1/8 cup of sunflower seeds for 6 servings. What number sentence can Gina use to find the amount of sunflower seeds needed for 1 serving? What would she need to do? If 1/8 cup is for 6 servings, how would you find out what there is for 1 serving? Talk up just a little bit more, Tashandrick. We can't hear you.
1/8 divided by 6.
Good job. What is 1/8 divided by 6? That was kind of creepy. What's 1/8 divided by 6?
1/48.
Good. All right, so that means that 1/48 of a cup of sunflower seeds is required for 1 serving of the trail mix. Great job. All right, remember that was questions 2 and 3 in our workbook, and we're in topic 7, block 7. So let's take a look at page 4. Zayden, can you read this, please, sir?
Sir?
Can you read this, please, sir?
Which one?
All of it.
Talking about down there at the bottom?
All of it.
Oh. Let me get my. At the store, the peanuts cost 75. Is that 75 cents?
Yes, sir.
75 cents.
Per
And what
pint.
you want me to say right there when they say 0.75?
You can just say, at the store, peanuts cost 75 cents per pint.
At the store, peanuts cost 75 cents per pint, and sunflower seeds cost 55 cents per pint. Gina has found the 1 serving of the recipe requires 1/8 cup of peanuts and 1/48 cup of sunflower seeds. You complete the tables to find the cost of peanuts and sunflower seeds per serving. Remember that 1 pint equals 2 cups.
All right, so we have the cost of peanuts and we have the cost of sunflower seeds. And so
What'd you say?
we have the cost of peanuts and we have the cost of sunflower seeds. So we have to be able to find these answers. So I want you to take about 3 minutes and I want you to see if you can figure out these tables without clicking the check button. I just want you to solve these the same way that they were solved before when we were working with 85 cents and 43 cents, and then they did 43 cents times 1/12 to get their answer. So I want you to work on this now. And like I said, I'm going to give you about 3 minutes to do this. So I want you to begin now. All right, let's take a look at this. Miranda, what do you think we're going to have to do to go from 2 cups to 1 cup? Lainey, what do you think? Yeah, we'll just divide. What am I dividing?
0.75 divided by 2.
Good. Why did you know to divide by 2?
Because when you divide by 2, you divided by 1, and then now you have to divide by 2.
All right, because 2 divided by 2 is what? When we do 2 divided by 2, we get 1. So if we do 75 cents divided by 2, that'll give us the price for 1 cup, right? All right, and you'll notice that we rounded to the nearest hundredth. That's because money is rounded to the nearest hundredth. All right, so now what are we going to need to do, Janaya, to take this 1 cup and make it 1/8 cups?
Subtract.
I don't know that subtract's going to work. What operation could we do to take 1 and make it become 1/8? It's got to be multiplication or division. Who can help her out?
Divide.
That would work. So we can divide by 8, and that'll give us our answer. All right, so 1 divided by 8 is 1/8. All right, so they did 0.375 divided by 8, or you could do 0.375 times 1/8, and you'll notice that we're getting 0.046, which would round to how many cents? 5 cents. Good job. All right, Haley, I want you to walk us through the cost of the sunflower seeds. What could we do?
We could do, for the first one, we could do 0.55 times divided by 2,
Good.
and then that'll equal 0.275.
Okay.
That's going to equal 28 cents.
Good deal. Good job. So we got 0.275, and she said it rounds to 28 cents. That's perfect. Now what would we do to make it 1/48? What would we have to do?
We would do 0.275 divided by 48, and then that'll equal 57.
That would be 57 ten thousandths.
And then that'll equal 1 cent.
Yeah, it's going to be 1 cent. You're right. Good job. Wait around that. You did good. Perfect. Does anybody have a question for Haley on that one? I guess you did a great job explaining. All right. So if you do not have this written down on question 4, you want to make sure that you're getting that done right now. And we're going to take a look at page 5. All right, if you would you read this for us, please? Isamian.
You determine the amount needed and cost for 1 serving of raisins, peanuts, and sunflower seeds. All 32 club members will be going to the next hike. Next, you will determine the amount of cost for 32 servings of the ingredients. How much each of these 3 ingredients will Gina need to make 32 servings of trail mix? How much will each ingredient cost 32 servings? Consider these questions. Play the animation to explore.
All right, so let's take a look. So they did 112 times 32, and that gave them 2 2/3. Okay? That's because they had to do 32 divided by 12 to get their answer. And so they know that if one serving costs 4 cents, that all they have to do is multiply that by 32, and that'll tell them how much they're going to spend for 32 servings. So, what would we do for the peanuts? Weren't the peanuts 1/8 of a cup?
Yes.
All right, so what would we need to do with 1/8 and 32?
180 times 32.
Correct. And when we do that, how many cups would that end up being? What is 32 divided by 8?
4.
Good, Chandler. All right. And then how much was 1/8 of peanuts? How much did that cost? Anybody remember what 1/8 of peanuts cost?
$1.48.
I'm not real sure. We just looked at it a while ago. I think it was less than that. You actually worked the problem, Isamian. I think you and Janaya.
$0.05.
Okay. So what are we going to have to do with 5 cents?
Multiply 5 cents by 32.
Good. Perfect. All right. Who remembers what the cost of the sunflower seeds were for 1/48? Wasn't it 1 penny?
Yes, sir.
All right. So how are we going to take 1/48? What are we going to do with 1/48?
Multiply it by 32.
Good. And then what do we need to do with 1 penny?
Multiply it by 32.
That's right. All right. So look at this. It says their total was $3.20. How did they get that total?
They added all of the totals together.
Correct. Good job. Perfect. All right. And so this was on question number 5. Okay. So if you don't have this written down on question number 5, I want to give you a little bit of time to knock this out. Jemiah, once you get done, tell us so we can move on to the next page. Everybody good?
Yes, sir.
All right. Number 6. Read this for us, please, Deonti.
So far in this exploring, you have been using the unit rate cost per servings of each ingredient. You use those unit rates to determine the cost of 32 servings. You can also find the total cost of other progresses. Early in this topic, you determine how many cups of each ingredient are needed in order to make 32 cups of trail mix. Complete this table to find the amount and cost of 32 servings of each ingredient. How does the cost of 32 servings compare using the different methods?
All right. So if you look at this, this is showing us how many cups are going to be used for 32 servings. So it also gives us the cost per pint. And then we're going to have to find the cost for 1 cup, okay, for each one of these. And then we'll find the cost for 32 servings. All right. So what I want you to do is I want you to work together as a group Now, my suggestion would be to look at how they did the raisins, the peanuts, and the sunflower seeds, and then use the same method that would give you those answers to solve the following problems. All right, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that we have to do. Y'all are welcome to work with each other. So I would like to hear some discussion between y'all of how to do this, what you think you should do. And if we get lost, I'll try to get us right back on the right track, okay? But I do want y'all to try to work together to solve this, okay? So I'm going to step back and just kind of listen to what y'all have to say. Y'all are like walking through a grave. No one's talking. It was kind of dark. Somebody speak up. Don't be afraid to lead. Leading's the easy part. You don't have to do that much. You just kind of say, what do you think we should do? Emma.
I don't know.
Yes, you do. All right, let's talk about the first one, the raisins. So we know that 2 2/3 cups or 2 2/3 cups are used for 32 servings. So what we need to do is we need to convert 2 2/3 to an improper fraction. When we do that, we get 8/3. Now, in order for us to figure out what it would be for one serving, we need to do what with this 32?
Divide.
Yeah, we divide. So we know that dividing is the same thing as multiplying by the what?
Reciprocal.
Correct. So whenever you do that, you multiply these like this. All right. And when you multiply across, we're going to get 8/96. And if we simplify these, we can divide these both by 8, and this equals 1/12. So then we take 85 cents per pint and we divide it by 2 because there's 2 cups in a pint, and that gives us 43 cents per cup. And then we take 43 cents and multiply it by 1/12. Okay. Once we do that, we'll take this calculator. If you're not writing this down, you might want to do it. We're going to multiply that by 1/12. So we're going to take 0.43 times 1, and then we're going to divide it by 12. Get out of here, you junk. Let's see what's going on. Why is it not working? I don't know what's wrong with this thing. Let's go to a different calculator. Maybe that one's doing some weird stuff. 0.43 divided by 12. There we go. So we get 4 cents Now, when we get 4 cents for one, what do I need to do with this 4 cents to see what it will be for 32 of them? If one costs 4 cents, how do you find out what 32 cost?
Divide.
You sure?
No.
Somebody help her out. If one serving costs 4 cents, how would you figure out what 32 servings cost?
You divide.
We're multiplying. Good. That's right. We're going to multiply by 32. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to click times 15. Why'd I say times 15? That was dumb. I just said to multiply by 32 times 32. 0.35 times 32. Oh, it was 0.035. We're getting close. I'm going to take my 0.43. I'm going to divide it by 12. I'm going to multiply this by 32. There we go. And then we're rounding to the nearest hundredth. What's the nearest hundredth?
146.
No, look right here. What's going to happen to that number?
It's going to go up to 5.
That's right. Isn't that the same as this? Looking for a yes or a no?
Yes.
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 All right, so we just got to do the same thing for the other ones. So let's try the dried fruit. What am I going to do to figure out how much there will be for one serving? What do I need to do?
Multiply 2/3 by 1/32.
Perfect. I got a question. Can I divide 2 by 2?
Yes.
Can I do 32 divided by 2?
Yes.
All right, what's 32 divided by 2? Isn't it 16? Is it 16?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so 1 times 1 is
1.
16 times 3. Isn't that 48? 6 times 3 is 18. 1 times 3 is 3. 3 plus 1 is 4, so 148. All right, so what do we need to do with this?
Divide it.
All right, so we're going to take 1.75 and divide it by 2.
Yes.
All right, when we do that, we got 0.875. Let's check that. Yup, looking good. Okay, now what do we need to do to figure out how much it'll be for 32 servings?
88 cents times 32.
Is it going to be times
I'm
30?
gonna have a quiz on this, Mr. Martin.
Yep, Friday.
Okay. They got the same answers.
No, I doubt it. What am I going to do with 148 and 88 cents? What do I need to do with that 148? What did I do up here?
Oh, you need to simplify it.
I mean, well, it's kind of simplified as far as I can, but what do I need to do in this area? What I do up here?
Multiply it.
Yep, so I'm going to do the same thing. All right, so I'm going to get my scientific calculator. So I have 88 cents. And I'm going to divide it by 48. And we get this. Okay? That's for 1. So how would I figure out how much it is for 32? Good. So what's it going to be when we round that? Is it going to be 58 cents or 59 cents?
59.
Let's check it. Does that look right?
Yes.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Good. Good. Okay, just to save some time, we're going to kind of just walk through what we would need to do. So looking at this one, what do I need to do with 1 1/3?
Multiply by 1/32.
All right, I need to multiply by 1/32. Okay, so in order to do that, the first thing we have to do is convert this 3 times 1 plus 1. So we got 4/3 times 1/32. So that would be 4/96. All right. Somebody do 96 divided by 4 and see how many times it'll work. Yes.
I had did 3 times 1 plus 1, and all I got was 4.
Correct, but you got to put it over the denominator.
And then what you told us to multiply?
By 1/32. But I asked, what is 96 divided by 4?
I got 24.
24?
That's what I got.
That's right, because 1/12, if we multiplied that by 2 on the denominator, that would give us 1/24, so that would work. All right, so with that being said, what's 2 divided by 2? 1. Good. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get 1/24 of 1. So $1 divided by 24 cents is what?
What's the sandwich tomorrow?
$1 divided by 24 cents. I mean, not by 24 cents. $1 divided by 24. All right, so we're getting like 4 cents.
So that's basically if you taking, like, if it was 25, it was like if you taking a quarter away from $1.
Well, you would break it into 25 pieces. So in this case, we're taking $1 and we're splitting it into 24 sections, is what we're doing. So when we split it into 24 sections, this is what we're left with. So we're going to take this number and we need to multiply it by how many servings?
32.
32. So it's $1 and how many cents?
33.
All right, good. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just check this one. What would you have to do with all of these so that you could get your total?
Add them.
Add them up. Good. And so that would be our answers and how to get them. All right, let's take a look at page 7. Jemiah, will you read this, please?
Yes, sir. You want to read the first one up?
Yeah, I want you to read all that if you can, from here all the way to there.
Like, stop and answer.
Well, just read the whole thing.
Okay. You found the total of 12. You found the total of 12. I don't know if I'm going to say it right. Like, you forget.
12 and 8/9.
Okay. You found the total of 12 and 8/9 cups of trail mix served 32 people. The club members have decided to purchase twice as many ingredients as they need to feed 32 people. Then they can make and sell the leftover trail mix. They plan to put 3 cups of the leftover trail mix into each bag and
Estimate
estimate the number of bags they estimate the bags they can fill. Then plan the
animation.
animation to ver-
Verify.
verbal your answer. Each bag will hold 2/3 cup of trail mix. How many bags can the club members fill then? 12, 8, oh my gosh, 12, 8, 9, 12, 12, 8, 9 total cups of trail mix. You can represent this solution as a radiation.
A ratio. Good job. Way to keep going. All right, so let's take a look at the trail mix and the bags. So we're trying to figure out what we're going to do.
I told you the words was hard.
So it says that we can take the cups of trail mix and divide it by the small bags, and that'll tell us how many bags we'll need. Is that going to work? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah. What are we going to have to do to 12 and 8 ninths before we can do anything?
It's either multiply or divide.
Got to change it to a what?
Improper fraction.
Correct. We're going to change it to an improper fraction. And then can we divide by a fraction, or do we have to multiply by the reciprocal?
Multiply by the reciprocal.
Correct. All right. Let's take a look. So if we take 12 and 8 ninths and convert it to an improper fraction, we're going to get 1/16 over 9. And then we're going to multiply by 3 over 2. So whenever we do that, we're getting left with 1/16 over 6, which means they're going to need 19 and 1/3 bags. Can you have 1/3 of a bag? No, not really. So how many bags are they really going to need?
19. 20.
Yeah, they'll need 20 bags in all, really, because you can't get 1/3 of a small bag. You just got to get another bag. Now, that bag, that 20th bag, is only going to have how much in it?
1/3.
Yeah. Now, this is going to show us how we can do it as a division problem. And this is what we were talking about doing, which is taking 1/16 ninth times 3 halves. They just simplified that. And when they did, they crossed out what they could simplify and they got 58 thirds. And so if you see how many times 3 goes into 58, it goes in there 19. And there's a remainder of 1. So it'd be 19 and 1/3 bags. So it says there's many ways of simplifying the complex fraction, but you will always arrive at the same answer. You could fill 19 bags completely with a little bit left over. So if you look at that, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 3 rows of 5, and then you have 4 rows. And then you have 1 row of 4. All right, so 3 times 5 is 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 2/3 cups. All right. Haley, go ahead and read this for us, please, ma'am.
The hiking club members have purchased enough additional trail mix ingredients to make 19 bags of trail mix to sell. A package of empty bags costs $3.44. Predict the price they should charge for each bag of trail mix. Then play the animation, compare your estimate. The club members do not want to end up with a negative account balance. They need to break even with a balance of zero or make some extra money. The treasurer of for the hiking club keeps a
Ledger.
ledger of the club costs and income related to the trail mix expenses are recorded with negative values.
All right, man, I got y'all working today reading. I'm tongue tying everybody. That's how I sound
Can I
fifth hour.
read? Can I read this next one, Mr. Martin?
We'll see. So, what I want you to focus on is the trail mix ingredients is how much just for one bag of trail mix. How much is the trail mix ingredients going to cost? What's it say there?
702.
Times how much?
Um,
Times 2. So
I
that's
think-
how much?
$14.04.
All right. And then how much are the bags?
$3.44.
All right. It said to estimate how much they should sell these for. So that together is $17.48, which is like $17.50. So it says they have to break even with a balance of zero or make some money. So how much do they need to sell these for? They got 19 bags. So what would you need to do is $17.50 and the 19 to figure out how much they should sell them for. Or how could you estimate it? $18 is almost how much?
20.
It's almost 20. And 19 is almost what?
20.
It's almost 20. So if you're going to spend $20 and you got 20 bags, how could you break even? How much would you have
10
to
and 10.
How much would you have to sell each one for to break even? If you spent $20 on the material and 20 people were going to buy them.
$1.
There you go. All right, so let's see what we come up with. That's our estimate. All right, so we said that. So it says 19 bags at how many dollars per bag? Well,
One.
you say $1 per bag? That was
Yes,
our
sir.
estimate. Uh-oh, it won't let it do that. It says that price per bag is more than they need to charge to break even. So we're going to make a little more money, but that was based off of our estimate. So how could I find out the true price since it's $17.48? What would I need to do since there's 19 bags?
Divide 1748 by 19.
There you go. Perfect. And that's similar to how we did our estimate of doing 20 divided by 20.
What they got said?
So how much is it going to be per bag?
92 cents.
92 cents. 92 cents.
All right. Good job. Now, they'll break even if the club charges that much. But look at that. They decided to sell it for $1 per bag, right? So 1 times 19 is what?
19.
Good. And negative $17.48 plus 19 would give us what?
$19.
Well, we got to
Oh,
take
no.
19 and minus.
You said minus?
Yep.
negative 92 cents.
That'd be like $2 and something.
Pretty close. What is it going to be? Look at that calculator.
$1.50.
Let's see if that works. Yep, worked out great. So it says if they charge $1 per bag, they're going to make a whole $1.52. That is not cool. I would have to sell them for at least $2
If it
a
was
bag.
like $20, Mr. Lamar, then you probably could have had at least $2 or $3.
Yeah, I think they should sell them for like $2.50 a bag. And then at least they make a little bit more money. So if they did that, what's 250 times 19? Let's see. And then we can subtract the $17.48. Oh yeah, $30 is a lot better than $1, don't you think? Y'all don't think it's better to make $30 than $1?
It's $4.56.
Yeah. It's a lot better. All right, so this is going to conclude our lesson today. I'm going to set up more practice questions on pages 23 through 27 for us to do today. I want us to knock that out, and we'll make sure. I'm gonna make sure that I can get that study guide out to you tonight. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Hoping that sounds good.